All right, guys, we got the top 5 beginner mistakes for you. In other words, the things that you learn not to do when you become a pro. And yes, I am a professional soccer player. Everything that I give to you is coming from experience and not from theory. So more on that later, but for now, let's get straight into the vid. All right, so losing the ball in football is basically equal to death. If you become the guy or girl who always is known as unnecessarily losing the ball, then life will be very hard for you. Because if we as a collective team work our asses off to get the ball and want to keep it now, and we give it to you and you constantly lose the ball, then you will rightfully sit your ass on the sideline, because who wants to play with that guy or girl? Not me. And when you reach the pro level, you can be very certain that they won't be as nice as saying, oh, that's okay. No, you're gonna have huge guys, you're gonna have coaches, fans, people screaming, making it very hard on you if you constantly unnecessarily lose the ball. So that is the first thing that you absolutely have to understand. Don't lose the ball. Now that doesn't mean we don't want you to try things, and it doesn't mean that you can't lose the ball. You can, and you will. But there's a difference between doing it in the right places, in the right spaces, and at the right time. All right? So fearless in attack and cautious in defense. If you want to try that new move and all that stuff, try it when you're isolated, when you're going to goal. If you want to try that no-look pass and you see a teammate open and it's best to go like that to give it to him, do it, homie. All right? But don't do it in the back third, and don't do it consistently and constantly. So what do you actually do if you are in that position and you've lost the ball the last 3 or 4 times? I'm gonna give you the same advice that my dad gave me. He was a professional footballer. He played at the highest level for the Nigeria national team, and he's been coaching for the last 3,785 years. Real talk. He would say, in your next possession, in your next 1, 2, and 3, you play simple. And you do that until you feel as if you have the confidence in order to do something more complex. That will allow you to calm down, to calm your nerves, to get you out of your own head due to the fact that you've lost the last 5 passes, okay? So start there and then move up to getting your confidence back, playing more complex, and looking to do those crazy, badass skills that you know you can do. All right, so there's this other beginner mistake. There's a maxim out there that says, hard work is everything. If you just push and push and push, everything will be okay in the end. That is bullshit. That will only work when you're a kid or at lower levels. Eventually, there comes a point where you have to use your brain, all right? And at the higher levels, the game is played up here and purely up here. We are taught as pros to conserve our energy. We are not told work, because that doesn't work. There are tactics and strategies and all sorts of different styles of play that require you to be smart about how you use your energy, because your energy is a finite resource. So know this. If you are new to a team, if it's a tryout, or if you are just now really trying to establish yourself within a team or after an injury and all that stuff, you do want to go in hard. You do want to put a little bit of extra work into your things. But if you rely on this, like so many players tend to when they're losing a game or when they want to impress someone, then you will fail. It will not work. For every team, there is probably only 1 or 2 guys who are known as the hard work guys. And we need them on every team, but the rest of the team has got to use their brain. So make sure you go hard into your tackles. Make sure that you are actually putting in the type of effort that the rest of your team is putting in. But know that if you really want to get better, and if you really want to have a long career or more fun in football, it is going to come from your technique and from your ability to understand and read the game. Play well, make better decisions on the field, stay calm with the ball at your feet. These are the type of things that are actually going to give you a bigger advantage rather than just running around like a crazy person, trying to tackle and going for balls that you know you're never gonna get. So avoid that, please. Bro, stop trying to do every move you've ever learned in the span of 3 seconds. And I know you guys know what I'm talking about because every team has one of these guys. In the first 2 seconds that he's got the ball, he's done a step over, a bicycle kick, an ACA 3000. He's eating ice cream while hanging upside down.
You done?
In outer space or some like, I don't know. But please, for the love of God, understand that there's a flow to the game. You have to understand when to try to do these things. And if you know our channel and you know what we teach, then we are all about using your own flair and your own style in order to make yourself known, in order to put your stamp on the game. So we're not about just passing and moving and only doing that. There's a time for that and there's a time for this. The time to do these things is in the attacking half, when you're isolated or when you're confident, because you have to train in order to be able to do all of this. And that's something that I think we need to drill in here. There is an unbelievable amount of training that goes in to making sure that that feels natural. And that you can get from our channel. We have a 21-day program that gets you through the basics, the fundamental, the trainings that you absolutely have to do and have to be comfortable with before you can then go out and try all the crazy nonsense that you see all across YouTube and all across all the games you're watching. So know that that is the first part. You are gonna have to do something daring to stand out. You're gonna have to be a little bit unique if you want to stand out. But all of that has to come within the context of playing within the flow of the game. There's a right time to do this. You don't necessarily want to just do it immediately and the defender understands, he's that guy. He's the moves guy, right? Contain, let him dance and then whack him, take the ball, do a counterattack and score, all right? You have to give a bit of misdirection to your game. And it's something that as a pro, you learn immediately because the defenders there are very smart, like I said. They don't just know how to run and fight and do all those things. Yes, they can do that, but they also know how to read the game, read attacking players, and make sure that they don't get stuck in when they shouldn't. So, all right guys, so the fifth and final mistake that we see from young guys is an inability or an ignorance to recognize the fact that they are the ones in the driving seat for their careers and for their lives. Now, what this means is that we get tons of messages on a daily basis from guys from all over the world asking about if it's possible. Is it possible for me to go pro? I live in India. Is it possible for me to play at the pro level? I just started training and I'm 12. Will I be able to go pro? Why are you asking me? I don't know. We don't know. You know who knows? You know. Only you know. Whether or not you're gonna take on this journey as something that is serious for you, whether or not you wanna be a pro or you just wanna get better at the game, we don't know any of that. That's a question for you. And it's a question for you because you have to take the responsibility to become better. Don't get caught up in the crazy race and the way things are in our world where you look at how things are now and you look at the other guy and you see how far they've gone and you have no idea how you can get from here to there, or you have no idea how you can get from being on the bench to being a starter. You don't have to worry about that. You need to worry about your next steps. Where you're at right now is a consequence of everything that you've already done. So you can just leave that behind because you're not going backwards, you're going forwards. So the ability for you to change that starts now. If you want to be a pro, start now. If you want to get better at the game, start now. There's no other way to handle this until you can create a time machine, which we're selling at GOLUREMI.com for $34.99.
Don't ever buy anything for $34. There's nothing on this earth that costs $34.
Like, comment, subscribe. But seriously, as a young player or beginning player, or even guys that are just entering into their pro careers, they have a tendency to believe that it's really gonna be hard to do X, Y, and Z, or it's impossible to do this because they can't see a map and they can't see a way from here to there. Well, what we've done on the channel is give you that because I've gone from not being a pro to being a pro, to having a career as a pro. There are about 1 million different ways I could go within this video in what it is that I would want to tell you about this. But the one action step that I want you guys to take from this is that you can start now. It really doesn't matter. I have seen players not play a single moment for a whole half of a season, come in and be the best player from then on. It could be the least likely guy. You have no idea what is possible when you start to believe that you can actually change the things and that you take the responsibility to be the one to make that happen. So make sure to check out our other videos on how to train, on the mentality that's required for you to get better, because these things don't just apply to football, they apply to life as well. And I know a lot of you guys have other aspirations, whether or not you just want to play the game for fun or play it as a pro. These are the type of things that we want to teach you guys on the channel, and we will continue to do so. So make sure to check those out. I'm sorry if I didn't wear your team's jersey. This is all the stuff that we got here today, and there are only 5 points in this video. So comment down below if I represented your club in this video, or comment down below if I should wear your jersey, and then send it to us. Okay? I mean, I can't just go out and just go grab a bunch of jerseys. So if you want me to wear your jersey, send it to us. Hit us up on Instagram and TikTok, all that other stuff. There's an intro, or no, there's an outro coming up right now. All right, guys, that's the vid. Make sure to check out GOLUREMI.com. We have hidden content, free shoes, free gear, all that stuff. We answer all your questions. Put your email in, check the newsletter every Friday, and your life will be better. Like, comment, subscribe, check out Instagram, and all the rest of that stuff, and we will see you guys later. Peace.
Do re mi fa sol la, hit is go Lou re mi control all them boys from Kansas